What's up, everybody? It's your boy Savage 5050. It's been so much going on in the last week in politics. Unless you've been living under a rock, you heard of Roe V Wade was overturned. Yes, and I will say your boy Donald Trump had a lot to do with it. Simply getting Amy Coney Barrett in office and Brett Kavanaugh in office, which was a very, very pain in everybody's ass because they was trying to pull stuff out the blue to get Brett Kavanaugh not to be recognized as a Supreme Court justice. They had like a woman talking about he looked at her at some party 40 years ago or something like that. Like they was trying to do everything. They was trying to paint Amy Coney Barrett out to be some kind of crazy lady as well. So the left will throw bullets however they can to try to stop any conservative from being elected to the Supreme Court justice. Even if you look back to Clarence Thomas, way back in the day, they gave him a hard time and had some Me Too movement even back then to try to not get him elected in office. And luckily for us conservatives, it was a semi-win with the Roe v. Wade. Now, is abortion illegal? Does it make abortion illegal? No, that's not at all what it does. But that's what the way the left is painting it out to be. Now, the only thing that it means is each state has their own individual right to put their own rules and regulations on the abortion. A state could say, hey, after 3 months, you can't get one. After 6 months, you can't get one. And after 9 months or whatever the case may be. So each state is allowed to determine how they want to do abortions. And a lot of states are saying we ain't doing it at all. We ain't participating in it at all, because at the end of the day, this is a Christian-based country. You have to have Christian moral values. That's what we value over here. And I understand if you're an atheist, you're not going to get it. If you're not a true patriot, a true American, you probably don't understand American values and American principles, that this is a Christian-based country. This ain't a country where we just believe in killing children. Nancy Pelosi was trying to talk about it's violating Constitution. It's a violation to the Constitution to not allow every single woman who wants to get an abortion. Now, where in the Constitution does it talk about abortion? I would love to know. Where? Because as far as I know, killing babies was always illegal. And I'm no saint neither. Before I did participate in it, and I regret it. I gave a girl money back in the day to do an abortion. But I'm not perfect, and I'm not sitting here trying to say I'm perfect. But we all make mistakes. And I was doing this stuff when I was like voting for Obama, back to back for his elections. And I never realized how evil it really is until I found God. And I started realizing all of the stuff that I'm standing for, that I was raised on, the principle values that I had. Look, I'm completely different now. I was one of the black people who hated white people. So if you're going to judge me, judge it all, because I used to be crazy. I used to be one of these crazy Democrats who was like, F white people, they holding me back. Now I got a completely different view of the world and a different view of America. So I don't hold anybody accountable but myself for my own actions now. And that's the way we need to be. And I'm tired of a lot of black people and a lot of white liberals try to shame conservative people for simply being conservative. It literally makes no sense. They say that we're the ones kissing up to the white man, licking his boots, and tap dancing for white people and all of this stuff. See, being a black conservative is about being independent. Being a black liberal is about depending on white people. So at the end of the day, if you grown enough to get a girl pregnant and she get pregnant, and I know some people ain't down for the plan B, but at least have $50 in your pocket, go get a plan B. I'm for the plan B. I'm for condoms. I know it's people that's extreme Christians that probably don't believe in condoms, don't believe in a plan B. I'm one of the people that if you're responsible enough to open your legs and y'all don't want to have that baby, take a plan B. Don't wait till it's a heartbeat and all of this other stuff and make plans with Planned Parenthood, because it ain't no such thing as real Planned Parenthood, because it ain't even planned out, right? So if you're grown enough to make a baby and sleep with a woman and she's grown enough to open her legs for you, okay, you should have enough money, buy yourself a bus ticket and go to a state where you can get it done. And if you can't do that, then it must not be that important for you to delete the child. If you can't afford a bus ticket to go to one of the liberal states that's still allowing it, that ain't nobody's fault but your own. You should be able to afford a bus ticket to go to one of these liberal states where they going to do it under taxpayer dollars. It is what it is. Because California, New Jersey, and New York, they some of the most liberal states. Trust me, they never going to change. There's all kinds of stuff going on with guns right now with the Second Amendment. And I think they're going to do everything in their power to make sure nobody bear arms outside of their home, because they're going to put a whole bunch of restrictions on it. And I'm going to get to that. But really, it's a semi-win. It's really not. I would say it's kind of bipartisan. But the left, the extreme left, is trying to say that abortions are now illegal. That's not true. Really, liberals didn't win. Conservatives didn't win. It was kind of a meet in the middle. All it is every state got their own selection of how they want to go about it. And if they want to completely ban it, they can. But trust me, there's plenty of states out here that's still participating in the abortion clinic stuff. So you can still do your little dance if you're a liberal, because you could still get one. Y'all just don't want to give nothing away. Y'all want it to be everywhere on every single corner. You want to be able to get abortion as easy as you can buy a pack of cigarettes. You know, y'all just want to hit that restart button like this is a game. Like creating life and deleting life is just a game. Like it's not a real thing. Like it bothers me that y'all feel like y'all shouldn't be held accountable for none of y'all actions. And that's the reason why I left the liberal side, because it's not about holding people accountable for their own mistakes. See, if we just get rid of the whole thing completely, get rid of the abortion process completely, it's going to force people to be more responsible. The more handicaps that we put in society, welfare, food stamps, Section 8, abortions, all of these programs, it creates a weak society. It creates a society where you could literally turn 18 and just depend on the government, because they're going to feed you. You ain't got to be homeless. Unless you got a crazy mental problem. In the United States, it's your fault if you're homeless. All the programs out here they got. I got an uncle who go to jail just so he could have a place to stay and a place to eat. Now, I wouldn't recommend nobody do nothing like that, but it is what it is. You know, in America, our prison system here, I wouldn't advise nobody to go unless it's literally life and death and you have to defend yourself. It is what it is. Anybody could go to jail for something like that, but purposely putting yourself in there, I disagree with. But in our American prison system, did you know it's actually better than being free in a lot of these socialist and communist countries? What they got to go through is free people, and they're not even allowed to get ahead. Communism, socialism. That's what the left want to turn America into. They want to turn America, the United States that we live in, into some kind of socialist, liberal society where you got to depend on them. They want to still shut us down over the Android 19 virus, right? They still want us to wear, see the mask thing, that was part of pushing this communist socialism and this curfew thing. And it's like, it's a 99.999 point chance of survival, and y'all still want everybody to shut down. This is a push for socialism and communism and everything that American principles don't even stand for, because the Android 19 virus, I don't remember reading anything about that in the Constitution. The same way I'll tell Nancy Pelosi, I don't remember seeing abortion in the Constitution for it to be a human right. And also, it was a lady, let me look up her name right now, because she gave Mary Miller, Representative Mary Miller, she was there with Trump out there, because Trump was getting a lot of credit for overturning Roe v. Wade, rightfully so, because like I mentioned earlier, he got the majority. So it was a lady, Representative Mary Miller, who was saying that, thank you, Trump, for, conserving white lives or white babies, or however she worded it.
President Trump, on behalf of all the MAGA patriots in America, I want to thank you for the historic victory for white life in the Supreme Court yesterday.
It really don't matter if she made a mistake, if it was an error. These officials are so weak. I'm sure she's going to give an apology speech. Which she shouldn't. You know why? Because black people claim they fought for equality. So why should black people have more freedom of speech than white people if we claim we fought for equality? Everybody should have an equal voice. See, if you talk about something that's pro-white, reserving white lives, then it's a problem. But if you talk about Black Lives Matter, or you wear a shirt that says Black Fathers Matter, or protect black queens, or protect black babies, you could say that stuff out loud. You could say black power out loud. You could say black power out in the street. You try to say white power outside. Now, even if you are a so-called racist white supremacist, which I don't even believe in white supremacy, because I don't believe white people are supreme or superior to me. So it always bothers me when I hear black people talk about a white supremacist. It's like, you really think they superior to you? I never could understand that in my brain. I don't do that. I don't give white people that much credit. Now, if you are a white racist person, go ahead and be a white racist person. Long as you're not affecting nobody and out there hurting nobody, doing stuff and robbing and stealing and killing, you should be allowed to go to your pro-white, I hate black people rallies if you want to. And if you're a black supremacist, right? If you're a black person and you hate white people, you should be allowed to gather in your little black group, blacks only and all of that, and talk about how bad the white man is and the blue-eyed devil and all of that. You got the freedom to do that as a black person. But they don't want white people to gather to do the same thing. As long as it ain't no physical violence and you ain't stealing nobody money, I'm all for whatever you believe in. That's what America is about. America shouldn't be bullying other groups. The alphabet mafia shouldn't be bullying groups to support and believe in the stuff they believe in. Black people shouldn't do that. But black people are powered by white liberals, because white liberals control the minds of black people. CNN, MSNBC, these are white liberal networks. The Breakfast Club with Charlemagne the God, The View, all of these program liberal channels are engraved in black people's brain, and most black people can't think for themselves because they let white liberals think for them. I'm supposed to be the coon. You don't hear me complaining about what the white man owe me. You hear me complaining about some white man owe me reparations. I don't give a damn about no reparations. I make my own money. I don't always get treated fair by white people. And I always don't get treated fair by black people. It is what it is. It's a people thing. It's not a race thing. But black people take everything personal. Some people are calling Roe V Wade being reversed about racism towards black people. And I'm like, how? It's actually really pro-black, since black women are the number one participators in the abortion process. So really, it's going to reserve more black lives. And the white Christian conservative man that's telling black women not to kill their babies, he's considered a racist white supremacist. But yet the white liberal who's smiling in your face, sleepy Joe Biden, tell black women, oh yeah, go kill y'all baby. And y'all consider him to be pro-black. It don't make no sense. So if the conservative white man say don't do it, it's racist. If the liberal white man tell the black person to do it, oh, it's pro-black. Where's the logic? When is black people going to start thinking for themselves? When will black people start thinking for themselves? When will weak ass white people start saying what I'm saying out loud? When will weak ass white people start saying what I'm saying out loud? That's the question. Don't allow these white liberals to think for you. Whether you're a white person or a black person, stay away from liberalism. Liberalism is a fancy word for socialism and communism. And look at all the countries that got that. Think for yourself. Be your own man. Let's get into this gun control thing.
Have restrictions and to talk about sensitive places. We will have the right to stop concealed carries from individuals from carrying a gun into a sensitive place. I'm going to define those sensitive places. I assure you, we are not going to allow this to happen on our subways. We just had a shooting a few weeks ago. I'm not going to allow it in your schools or churches or all kinds of places. So we're going to be crafting that language.
Okay, so while Roe v. Wade is a major distraction in America right now, the Second Amendment actually had a major win up there in New York. It's been ruled unconstitutional to not allow citizens to bear arms outside of their home, because New York, especially New York City, got really, really strict policies on who could bear arms outside of their home. You got to be like an elected official or some kind of off-duty cop or something, or some kind of rich celebrity. The average person that can't afford no bodyguards, and also the same people that want you to defund the police, where crime is going rampant out in New York anyway. Okay, so now the Supreme Court justice, which is majority conservative, and you could thank Donald Trump, the great white hope, for this, they ruled that it's unconstitutional. Let civilians walk outside their house and bear arms. Rightfully so. Now, I told you before in previous videos that this ruling will affect what's going on all around the United States. And I believe it's setting things up for constitutional carry, but we got a long way to go. New York is trying to do everything in their power to make it completely pointless to bear arms outside of your home. They're talking about safe places, which is transportation. Getting on a subway, getting on a bus are considered safe places, and they don't want firearms on them. This is what they're trying to do. They're trying to limit every single place and every single store, especially that's ran by liberal, and then they're going to say, oh, well, you can't bear arms here, you can't bear arms there. Technically, yes, you're allowed to be outside of your house with a firearm, but you can't take it nowhere with you. And I will arguably say the subway in New York City is one of the most dangerous places where you might actually need a firearm. And we all know the criminals ain't limiting themselves to not getting on a subway with a firearm. And this is a technique that they're going to do all over. I believe they're going to try to do stuff. They're going to have to allow people in New Jersey to be able to, whether concealed carry or open carry in New Jersey. They're probably going to do very, very similar things. Oh, no transportation, this store, that store, you're not allowed to go in. You're not allowed to go out to eat. You're not allowed to go to certain places, whatever, with a firearm. California is literally the same thing. And these are all the worst places to even get caught with a legal firearm. It's completely ridiculous. But luckily, the Supreme Court justice, majority conservative, they overturned that law. is a victory for conservative and people that's pro Second Amendment. So it's something to be proud about. But I wouldn't do too much celebrating yet until we actually see how this all play out. Because, but one of the good things is I believe that conservative will be right back in the White House shortly, and also the House and the Senate will be back conservative, because all of these people that voted for Sleepy Joe and all of these liberals, I think they hate it. Gas prices are like $7, $8 a gallon. It's completely ridiculous. Trump called all of this stuff that was going to happen. Joe Biden literally said that he was going to destroy the country. But the problem, the thing I learned, especially about black people, it doesn't matter how horrible liberal policies are. It doesn't even matter. They could say they're going to raise taxes 50%. As long as they could say that conservative Republicans and Christians are racist and don't have their best interests, people just vote for liberals, no matter what. It don't matter how horrible the policies are. So people got to start thinking for themselves. But I'm happy about the Roe v. Wade. I'm happy about the Second Amendment, but it's still plenty of work to do. Abortion is not illegal in the United States yet, and it's not legal to carry a firearm outside of your house yet. But it sounds like both of them things are in the works. So we'll see what happens in the next, let's say 3 years from now. We'll see how far all of this stuff go. Anyway, I know I've been absent from YouTube. I'm still here. Don't unsubscribe, because I still got more content that I'm going to put out. And my channel is only going to get better and better. And I appreciate everybody who support me and everybody who subscribe. Make sure you like that video. Share this video. Let everybody know that I'm still alive and I ain't dead. And I'm going to keep pushing content. It's coming out a little slower because obviously, I'm traveling and everywhere. I'm in a hotel right now. I'm focused on my purpose. Looking into some properties and stuff like that. So, because I do more than just YouTube. Obviously, you can see that. I really don't be on here that much. But anyway, I appreciate everybody. Peace.